going to sound like a strange question. You guys, I don't want to put it as struggled in the scrums, but the Sharks were really on par with their scrums, even in the second half. Um, and it seems like they can grind out a game. How would you, or how will you guys change your tactics on the field to curb the attack from the front?
Yeah, hi guys. Yeah, I think the Sharks definitely were brilliant scrum wise this weekend. I think that's a massive part that brought them to the end of that game. So yeah, I must give them credit for that, and then for the whole front row. Um, but yeah, I think we definitely at times were, like Wilco said, we were a bit on our scrums this weekend. So it's definitely going to be a massive set piece battle up of the scrums this weekend. So yeah, we can only prepare as well as we can and then make sure we're ready when Saturday comes. And yeah, we just have to be composed and ready to make swift changes on the field and see how things change. But yeah, we have to be ready for anything, expect anything this weekend.
Appreciate it, sir.
Yes, Sylvain. Okay, cool. Vata, you can substitute Pacey. And just make sure to squeeze in Afrikaans for Pacey, please.
I'm here, leader. Ruan, just in the context of the game itself, does it feel like you guys are almost playing in a final? And is the mood more of a chess match environment, considering that you're playing a Sharks team that's also laden with Springboks?
Yeah, I think whenever we get into playoffs, we try to always get ourselves in the headspace of test match level preparation. So yeah, I think last week we had the same mentality, and this week is again it's the same mentality. It's just a South African derby. It just adds that bit more fuel and a bit more tension and excitement. So yeah, we just I think we can just make sure this week we're not gonna get any fitter or anything like that. We just make sure we get our detail, our game plan ready, and then make sure we mentally ready and up for this weekend's game.
And how much of last season's disappointment is fueling the team's ambition this season?
Yeah, last season was definitely will always be a disappointment. But yeah, I think for us as a team, it's not to overthink it, not to think too much about last year. We just see this as another opportunity. We are blessed to play in another semi-final. I know we know there's a lot of other teams that also would want to be in the semi-final and that are capable to be in the semi-final. So I think we are just trying to embrace the situation we're in and appreciate it and just make sure whatever we do it with everything we've got, and the result will take care of itself.
Thanks, Ron.
Ronaldo?
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Ronaldo.
Just checking on your move to number 7. You've obviously, for me, stood out quite well and you've adapted quite well to the position. But what is your feeling in terms of playing number 7 or obviously playing lock long term? Do you think this is a position that you're going to anchor yourself in South African rugby?
Yeah, no, Ronaldo, I must say I'm really enjoying it. It's exciting for me to learn a different position. I've been playing a lock, 5 lock for as long as I've played with the Bulls. So yeah, I must say I'm really enjoying it. It's sometimes just feels a bit strange for me to be standing on the edge of the field, but yeah, I like to see myself be as versatile as possible, to be able to play on the flank and then switch to lock and be able to call lineouts. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it, and then I still got a lot to learn, but just each game I'm trying to improve and be better on the flank.
Good luck for the weekend.
Thank you.
Isabel, shall we try again?
Nou, thank you so much, Lunga. Rowan, goeiemiddag meneer en alle sterkte vir die naweek wat voor lê. Rowan, kan ek 'n soortgelyke vraag vra in Afrikaans soos my kollega nog gevra het nog? Sien jy jouself dan as 'n slot of sou jy verkies om in die toekoms meer as flank te speel? Van jou afvrater praat met lof van jou en hy maak verwysing na jou na Pieter Stip de Tooy wat op slot begin het en natuurlik op nou in die Springbokke as 'n flankspeel meneer. Sou jy in die toekoms wil spesialiseer as 'n flank meneer of verkies jy eerste keuse slot meneer?
Hi Percival, ja nee, dit is maar vir my, ek is regtig, ek speel waar ek nodig is, sal ek sê. Ek is nie dat ek enige een verkies bo die ander nie. As dit inpas by 'n plan van die span dat ek op flank is, dan sal ek met liefde daar speel, en as ek op slot moet wees, sal ek met liefde op slot speel. Ek geniet dit baie, en ja, soos ek gesê het vir Ronaldo, ek streef net elke game om beter te raak en my rol beter te verstaan op flank, en seker te maak ook as ek terug op slot is dat ek ook weet wat ek moet doen. So ja, is my ook heeltemal iets nuuts. En dit ook begin by beserings wat ons op 'n Woensdag voor Glasgow dinge moes verander het, en ja, toe dit net lekker uitgewerk, en ek moet sê ek geniet dit baie om 'n bietjie meer los te wees. So ja, maar soos ek gesê het, ek probeer my beste om elke game net beter te wees daar, en ja, so ek maak nie vir myself waar ek speel, solank ek speel is ek baie gelukkig.
Meneer kaptein, net 'n laaste vraagie dan. Hierdie naweek in die Sharks meneer, julle het reël wat karakter getoon die afgelope naweek in Edinburgh. Gaan daai tipe spel, daai tipe wedstryd van twee helftes vir julle ook van toepassing wees hierdie naweek in die Sharks? Of glo julle sal 'n goeie begin moet hê teen hierdie span wat hierdie naweek na julle toe kom?
Nee, ja, ek dink verseker ons sal moet 'n goeie begin hê. Ek dink die Sharks op die oomblik het hulle ons, hulle het ons die afgelope twee wedstryde geklop op Loftus. Laas jaar in die Currie-beker het hulle ons geklop op Loftus. So ek dink hulle gaan definitief met baie confidence kom wat hulle verdien het, en ek dink vir ons gaan dit baie belangrik wees om vir volle 80, 85, 100 minute wat ook al dit kan wees of gaan wees, gaan ons ten volle moet reg wees en nie afgesluit wees op enige oomblik van die game.
Rowan, baie dankie en baie sterkte naweek.
Thank you. Can we then go Brandon now, Anthony Bestia, and then we'll come to Sinigo Tabanisa, followed by Leighton Walkmans.
Morning, Ron. Hope you're well. Just looking at the Sharks games, a lot of the times, I mean, they're obviously extremely physical, but a lot of it is mental as well. And I'm sure you'll probably agree the last game at Loftus, they almost sucker punched you guys when you guys came back into the game, and there was one or two tries against the run of play from up and under, I believe, if I remember right, was one of them. Just maybe talk a bit about that mental battle of the Sharks, because I mean, the physical's there, as in all South African derbies, but the Sharks, it seems to be a bit more of a mental game as well with you guys.
Yeah, no, Brendan, definitely. I think where that comes in is with the quality of players they have. If you look all around the park, they have amazing players, and it's guys that's been around the block. They've got so much experience, and it's just guys that you can will always be there till the last minute. They've been there, they've done that. So I think mentally they're an extremely strong team. So we know that's going to be a massive battle this weekend for us. From minute 1 to minute 80. I think it's going to be very important for us also to be mentally in the right space, and it's just going to be a massive grind, I'd say. Nothing less than a massive grind the whole game.
Ron, and just last one for me. If there's one maybe, and I don't want to say negativity about your game, but I'm sure you guys have been working on for the entire season, is that there seems to be sort of almost a 10 or 20-minute period somewhere in the game that you guys, I won't say have some soft moments, but you let the opposition back in at times. And although you've had an extremely good season, I mean, Saturday, the start was obviously where it was. Just from a player's point of view, working on that, I know every week you try and give the best, but how difficult has that been to make sure that those moments don't come around in a game?
Yeah, I know it's a brilliant question, and it will be awesome if we can figure that out. But yeah, I wish I had a perfect answer for you, but it's just I think it's all about, again, mentally being switched on from minute one. Sometimes, especially like if you look at the team like Edinburgh, if you switch off one minute, get a yellow card, and then the pressure compounds, and you could see 2-3 tries, and then you're under massive pressure. So this weekend is going to be very important for us to make sure we don't get any of those 10 minutes, 20 minutes lapses in the game. It's all going to be mental.
Good luck for the game, man.
Thanks, Brendan.
Hello, everyone. You mentioned the disappointment from last season, you know, and we saw you at the press conference afterwards, and you know, it was evident how, you know, how sad you were, especially thinking about, you know, maybe crucial decisions that was made incorrectly. How have you grown as a captain since that game and going into these big games?
Yeah, I know. Obviously, that was, yeah, it will always be a tough one to take, but that's life. It happens, and then it's never gonna always go your way and always be Måneskin and Rosa. But yeah, definitely, I felt like I've grown a lot. Still gonna make a lot of wrong decisions. That's always gonna be there. But I'll always take it on the chin. I know that's the decisions I've made, and hopefully I can just learn from maybe small things I did wrong in the past, and don't make mistakes that can cost us again. But it's part of the game. For me, it's just all about making sure I read the situations, feed off the leadership group around me, and make sure I try to make the best decision possible for the team.
Thank you and good luck.
Thank you.
How's it, Rowan?
That's it. Good on you.
Rowan, good, thanks, man. Just to take you back to playing a blindside. A, whose idea was that? And then secondly, what's the most difficult part of the adjustment been for you?
Yeah, no, I think it was more of a forced decision. I think the Glasgow week, it was more Nizam was injured. Pilo Bricks had a small back problem, and I think Marcelo his knee got hurt in the final training. So there was absolutely no more flankers, and Cameron were also out. So it was just on the last minute we decided, okay, I'm just gonna play off the flanker, and yeah, really, luckily it went well that game, and I got a few more opportunities there. But yeah, definitely, I'd say the biggest difference or biggest adjustment is being a bit more loose on the edges. Sometimes it feels strange to stand there and do nothing, but it's important to keep that width for keeping the defense honest and making sure the back line has options everywhere. And yeah, obviously still learning a bit on the side of the scrum. I know obviously the scrum is important, so to make sure I give the right amount of pressure and especially off defense of scrums to make sure I make the right reads to get out of the scrum quickly as possible, and not be late. So there's a lot of different things you have to adjust to, but yeah, it's always exciting to expand and grow your game.
Right. And just last one from me. You mentioned how tough it's become to, you know, to play the Sharks of late. Obviously, they've done the double on you guys. Have you guys been able to put your finger on why they've kind of like been, you know, so difficult for you guys to play against them?
No, I just think first of all their quality side. They like they say, they grind out games. They always tend to find a way, and that's a special thing to have in a team. And I think for us, it's just again, it's that small lapses of moments we lose our concentration, and then we give away silly points and missed tackles here and there. And especially like that game here on Loftus, it was one instance where we didn't receive and take the contestable, and the Sharks feed off that, 2 missed tackles, and then Joe Julius made a break and scored an awesome try with Jordan. So it's such small margins that the Sharks always tend to make something magic out of. So definitely gonna have to be very sharp on the weekend.
Thanks, man. Good luck.
Thanks.
Hi Roan. Net vinnig asseblief. Dit gaan 'n fyn balans die week wees. Ek sou dink julle het Sondag so 'n bietjie afgekry met en tyd met familie gespandeer. Maar daar gaan ook 'n fyn balans wees tussen hoeveel julle doen op die veld en in julle boardroom sessies, en dan hoeveel julle so 'n bietjie kan afskakel voor die halfeindstryd teen die Haie. Wat is die gesprek rondom dit in die kamp?
Ja, nee, definitief. Ek dink dit is gewoonlik maar hierdie uitspelweke moet jy mooi manage. Ons spelers, soos ek gesê, jy gaan nie nou hierdie week nog fikse raak nie. Ek dink dit is meer belangrik om te fokus om jouself mentjie in 'n goeie space te kry, en seker te maak jy verstaan, elke speler verstaan presies wat die span wil doen en hoe ons wil speel. So ek dink ons probeer hierdie week seker maak ons werk daarom en kry ons as spelers in die regte mindset mentally, maar ook seker maak ons kry ook ons bietjie beweging op die voete en kry goeie repetisies in vir ons gameplan.
Net laastens 21-8 agter, as ek dit reg het, die afgelope Saterdag, maar dit spreek dan boekdele van julle karakter om dan so terug te veg. Dink julle gaan dit vir 'n tweede naweek in 'n ry kan doen, of sal jy verkies dat julle maar eerder die harde werk doen en nie van agteraf moet kom nie?
Ja, nee, ek dink mense sal altyd verkies om nie die harde of al nie om van agteraf te kom nie. Maar ek dink ons sal verkies om net van die begin af seker te maak ons sit die harde werk in en seker maak ons execute ons gameplan wat ons wil implementeer. En sit onsself nie as gevolg van onsself onder onnodige druk nie.
Thank you, Leighton. And then final question, Nathan.
Thanks, Lunga. Obviously, I think this question was answered briefly, but can you just give us a run? You've played against the Sharks many times. I mean, what are you expecting from them this coming weekend?
Oh, hi Nathan, and yeah, I know it's very simple. They're very good set piece wise. They got a massive pack, quality international players, as we all know. They got a very good 9-10 pairing, Andre and under 12, great ball carrier. So yeah, definitely set piece, contestable kicking. They're very good on their contestable kicking game and the breakdown. I think that's three places that the game is going to be determined, without a doubt.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Nathan.
Time.
Cheers, guys.